Hello, Gunner James 105. So, a recent purchase for the collection, those that normally do your unboxings, of which I've never done an unboxing video yet. Today we're going to do an untrailering. This beautiful little beast behind me was picked up just yesterday, brought home in the dark and parked in the shed overnight. So now it's the next day and my son-in-law and I are out here. This is his purchase. We collect a lot of military together, and so this here will be the untrailering of an M38A1 CDN3, which is the Canadian version of this Jeep, and it had seen service down in Ontario, I believe, at an air base down there, not sure which one, and so it has its military history. It was down east at an air base. So I'm going to give you a heck of a lot more detail, close-ups and background information. I've got pictures before and after. I've got all kinds of things on this. So it's been a nut and bolt, everything taken apart restoration, right down to the basic frame, engine rebuilt, you name it. So in the meantime, we were also up picking up this cannon that was from about 2-3 weeks ago. We went to a gun auction, picked up some firearms, and then this cannon here with about a 3-inch bore. We'll do some shooting at some point on a video, but for now we're going to do this untrailering of this very awesome vehicle. Just quickly, the CDN3, this one here is a 1970. They produced them in 70 and 71 for Canada put in an order for 500 of these, and so this is one of only 500 of this model to come to Canada for the military. They had done a couple other batches back in about 53. There was around 1,000 were ordered up, and in around 68, 69 they did another 800 they ordered. I saw a price tag on that order back late 60s for about $2.5 million for those 800 Jeeps. Those were built in Canada. This one was built in Toledo, Ohio, because the other factories had shut down. So without further ado, we'll stop at this point, and we'll do an untrailering and a little bit of a walk around. And as I say, later on, maybe when the weather's bright and sunny, whatever, not sure yet, but we'll give you a lot more detail on all the buttons and switches and inside or under the hood, and as much as we can give you detail wise. Well, I'll talk about that thing up on top there when it's not down off the trailer, so hang tight. Okay, so she's off. I can go anywhere now. I can just drive right up that road and take a little journey, but I won't. It doesn't have a license plate or insurance yet. So there you have it. Sounds really good. Right now it's running smooth. We got her unbolted and basically have this startup thing that I post here that shows it started up fairly well. It's probably in Celsius, it's right around the 0 mark, I'm going to guess right now. So it's not really cold, but it's not been plugged in like with a block heater or anything. So yeah, pretty happy. So what we can do now is I'll shut this off and we'll just do a little walk around, give you a little sneak peek at how nice this vehicle is. So hang tight. All right, so of course after unloading it, we had to take it for a little spin around the old homestead here, and it runs really nice. The gears all work, and so didn't really do much off-roading, four-wheel driving, that sort of thing. Just a quick little trip. And so I was going to move in closer on some things. This here, you won't necessarily see this on a lot of these M38A1s. They seem to be more don't have it than have it. It would be the 24-volt outlet to have access to boosting or power, 24-volt power right there. And that's with two 12-volt batteries that are under this hood here. And so it's real easy to access. They're just sitting right up top. So that's pretty nice. The rest of it here, as I say, I've got to get on gathering a little more information as far as the washer, the wipers, and all of the controls. So if my cameraman wants to come around, I will give you a little sneak peek of this under the hood here. There again, I need to do a little more study on everything, find out what everything is. But you can see that it's in beautiful shape here as far as its rebuild. And so, you know, and this rebuild was finished in 1999, so it's actually done more sitting than driving. I think it's sat, well, not totally sat, but about 20 years goes by after the rebuild, and maybe 2,500 miles is all that was put on it. So some of the things get dried up, and so prior to this thing being sold, I believe there was a new fuel pump, new carburetor, so that's new old stock carburetor, and there was new master cylinder. I forget what else. There's quite a bit of stuff done since the rebuild to make it, or put it back to its good running condition that it's in. So there's a sneak peek of under the hood, and like I say, I'll be doing some better close-ups. I'll just tell you too that we want to someday get a hold of there's a strap affair that goes up there, and then the blade of the spade of the shovel. So this is where your shovel would go, and so I'll just lower that, and we'll do a little walk around. And yeah, so everything on this is 24 volt. It's got the nice tow rope on there. I like the fact, I mean, I'm in Canada, I'm Canadian, and I have actually, when I was in the artillery, I'd got my license to drive this. When I was in, they had gone to a camouflage pattern of paint. But yeah, blackout lights, and I mean, it's got it all. It's got the little Canadian flag. This is your Department of National Defense type license plate. That's a replica. But yeah, it's just this gorgeous little thing that you just maybe would come around this side. The machine gun that's sitting on there is a airsoft. I'm not sure if it's EMG is the brand. There'll be an ammo can and whatever that we have to just get put on there. It comes in a box with the tripod and the pivot, everything you need for your Browning M1919. So it just kind of makes for the look. This is an all original mount for a gun. I mean, this I think the original owner had a 50 caliber, an original deactivated 50 caliber on there, on that cradle. And so yeah, fuel goes in there, and keeping with the times, you know, around 1970, unleaded. And so the rest of it here, he had put on new tires just recently, and our laws in Canada, basically this has seat belts in it. That's the way it came. The previous version, I think they had to add that on. the CDN2, and prior didn't come with seatbelts, but they did adapt that later on. When these were built, they came with the seatbelts, and it's just for the front passengers. There's no seatbelt for the rear. It'll fit 2 people there, and there's a mount for a radio at some point in the future. So this big whip antenna is there, and all the cables are there for a radio. So that's nice. And looks like the reflectors are all like new. We've got a trailer outlet here for. Oh, well, maybe one day we get a trailer to add to this, and the fuel can, proper strap, and so yeah, fire extinguisher. It's a blue color, but this is the actual type of fire extinguisher. Would have came on this Jeep. That's got the Department of National Defense emblems on it as well. But once I get looking at this a little more and studying it a little more, then I can get a closer look at these plates and just exactly what they all say and mean, and all the dials and buttons and how to control the blackout lights and such things. So for now, we'll leave it at that and look forward to the next video. Thanks for watching.